Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show as usual. And in this part of the Cricket Happening Show, we are going to look at the England's show. In fact, this was the fourth Test match which started at the Jamta Stadium here in Nagpur, and England finished at 199 for 5. Now, one would be probably thinking that on a first day's play at stumps, after 97 overs were bowled, England made only 199 for 5. Well, it was a surprise, but let me also tell you, the pitch was not so easy to play on because there was some uneven bounce. Certain balls were keeping low. Whether that was a real good Test match pitch, one does not know. But England had to really be very cautious, and probably England is also having a sort of a feeling that they don't want to get into a situation where India go and actually level the series. So they want to ensure that they actually win the series. So probably I would say a bit of a defensive approach from England, and it all started as far as the team composition was concerned. As far as England were concerned, England actually got Joe Root to actually make a debut, so that was a bit surprising. Samit Patel was left out of the team, and Joe Root really made it count. In fact, he was there unbeaten on 31 on his debut. Just a grafting innings from him on his debut of 110 balls, just a boundary, a solitary boundary being hit by Joe Root, and Matt Pryor was not out on 34 with 3 fours. And as far as India were concerned, India made wholesale changes. In fact, they went out with an all-spin attack. The all-spin attack consisted of Ravichandran Ashwin, the right-arm offie, Piyush Chawla, the right-arm leggy, and then Ravindra Jadeja, who made his debut as a right-arm spinner, left-arm spinner rather, and also Pragyan Ojha, the left-arm spinner. So, but the best was, in fact, the wickets. It all started with England openers Alistair Cook and Compton in the middle. England actually won the toss and elected to bat there in this fourth and final Test match against India. Well, India had early rewards, as in fact Ishan Sharma had a ball that kicked up, and Compton was consumed behind the stumps by Dhoni of the bowling of Ishan Sharma for 3. And as you know, India had a problem here because, as I said yesterday, who would be actually holding the new cherry or sharing the new cherry with Ishan Sharma? But Mahendra Singh Dhoni decided to throw the second over to the debutant Ravindra Jadeja, who bowled the first over. So that was the thing. So in fact, Ishan Sharma, probably one would have expected a new ball bowler to be there, probably should have helped, because Ishan Sharma was the one who actually gave India not only the breakthrough by dismissing Compton, but also taking the big wicket of Alistair Cook, who was gone to an in-swinger from Ishan Sharma for 1. But there was a slight doubt about that. But Alistair Cook, that was a big wicket for India, as he has been a sort of a nemesis for India on this tour. And Alistair Cook actually made only 1 run. And in fact, England scored at 16 for 2 with Ishan Sharma bowling very well, getting the ball to swerve in, getting the ball to swerve out, bowling some good length deliveries, and he was very impressive. If you see his bowling figures at the end of the day, it read 19 overs, 7 maidens, 32 runs and 2 wickets. So that was only 2 wickets it got, but that really had a telling effect on this England batsman, because after that it was a sort of a stabilizing influence that Jonathan Trott and Kevin Pietersen had to put onto the innings, and it was a very good innings. In fact, Jonathan Trott and Kevin Pietersen really stitched together a partnership, but it was not so easy. As I said, the spinners were bowling very well. Pragyan Ojha bowled 27 overs, 9 maidens, 50 runs and no wicket. Jadeja captured 2 wickets, 25 overs, 13 maidens, 34 runs and 2 wickets. So he had a good debut there by picking up those wickets. In fact, he was the one who was responsible for the breaking the stand between Jonathan Trott and Kevin Pietersen. And Kevin Pietersen in the middle unveiled some signature strokes of his. Actually, he saw that he was, as I said, there was not much turn for the spinners. So Kevin Pietersen had to take his time at the crease. But what he did was, they really judged the pitch well. They saw the pitch was very slow, and occupation was the name of the game, and that's what precisely Kevin Pietersen did. He really offered a straight blade to the bowlers, but Kevin Pietersen, what he did is he was releasing the pressure now and then by slamming some boundaries, and that is what he does, because Kevin Pietersen was looking good. I would say he was in his element, because he was using his feet well against the spinners. He was getting the ball to really hit it sweetly through the mid-wicket region, which is his favorite area, and he did that to the spinners. He actually came down the wicket and launched them over the onside for 4s. But what was good about Kevin Pietersen was it is an interspersing innings. He interspersed mixed defense with some offense, and he contributed 73 valuable runs, I would say, with 10 boundaries in that knock. Jonathan Trott, well, he's a picture, as you know. Yesterday, what one could see about Jonathan Trott was, well, he was definitely doing the same thing what Kevin Pietersen was doing, but in between, Jonathan Trott was not quite. He was unveiling some very, very good strokes, and that was very good to see. So Jonathan Trott's contribution was 44, but that was the time when, with the score on 102, after Jonathan Trott and Kevin Pietersen had taken the score on to 102, that was a phase where India actually once again came back into the game, with Jadeja, the debutant, actually picking up the wicket first of Jonathan Trott, who actually shouldered arms to a ball that probably Jonathan Trott is going to leave him, but instead the ball came on and hit the stumps, and Jonathan Trott was walking bowled Jadeja for 44 with 7 boundaries. Kevin Pietersen was joined by Bell, but Ian Bell was a very, very early victim, as Piyush Chawla, after coming to this match, got his first wicket, as Ian Bell actually drove at the ball, and a half volley, better than a half volley, or probably whatever you could call it. He actually drove at it, and Kohli at short extra cover took the catch, and Ian Bell was gone for one and it was a very, very pitiful innings from Ian Bell. He was just, I would say, he was just dismissed out of his put out of his misery by Chawla, and Ian Bell was out for one, and that made the score 119 for 4. And when Kevin Pietersen, after playing that very, very valuable knock of 73 with 10 fours departed, as I said, India really gained the ascendance, because England at that stage were 139 for 5 when Kevin Pietersen was caught by Ojha off the bowling of Jadeja for 73. As I said, Jadeja returned figures of 2 for 34 on his debut. Splendid bowling there, 25 overs, 13 made and 34 runs and 2 wickets, and on a wicket which really, really didn't turn. But as I said, the pitch was slow, so that was not to the liking of the batsmen, but to the liking of the bowlers. Joe Root made his debut. He came in and joined Matt Pryor, and both of them really, from 139 for 5, they definitely had to resuscitate the England innings, and that's what they precisely did. They took them to safety at close of play on the first day at 199 for 5. With Joe Root, as I said, it's a grafting innings from him on his debut, but what he did is he was showing some impeccable defense there, and he had an unbeaten 31 to his name, which was carved out of 110 balls with 1 boundary. Doesn't really matter because he has done his job there, and Matt Pryor was keeping him company on an unbeaten 34 with 3 boundaries when England finished at 199 for 5 at close of play on the first day of the 4th and final test here of the Airtel Test Series, played at the Vidarbha Cricket Association Stadium, Jamta in Nagpur. Well, as far as England are concerned, today it remains to be seen how England shape up in the initial stages, but I thought India were definitely missing a pace bowler, because the ball is skipping low. And look at the bowling figures. Ishan Sharma has done a wonderful job, 19 overs, 7 minutes, 32 runs and 2 wickets, 27-9, 50 runs and no wicket for Ojha. Jadeja already spoken about, 234. Chawla bowled 13 overs, 1 for 39. Ashwin was wicketless, 13 overs, 2 minutes, none for 32. And as I said, England probably they had to do this. They had a defensive approach, but also it was mostly due to the pitch, and also like India, actually Ravindra Jadeja coming in and picking up those wickets, and then reducing England to 139 for 5. Now, as far as we're just deviating away from here now. This is as far as the first display is concerned. Now Joe Root and Matt Pryor need to carry on, and then they definitely have some batsmen. Tim Bresnan is a very good batsman who is there, slotted in next, and then Graham Swan, Anderson Panesar also could be considered the tailenders, but probably England will be looking out for a good target, because we know that India is going to be the one who's going to bat last on this pitch, so the winning the toss is also very crucial for Alistair Cook, I thought, but I thought England has to take advantage of that, because they have to put a big score on the board if they have to put the pressure on India. Well, now going away from here, I don't have much time, so I'm just going to briefly touch. As you know, today there's the first test match between Sri Lanka and Australia takes place here. That's the first test match which is starting. It is going to be played at Hobart in Tasmania. Sri Lanka taking on Australia. This is the first test match. Well, as I said, Sri Lanka looking a bit weak, because their bowling resources are not so strong, I would say. But Australia look to be pretty much in command, and batting is looking good. It will be good to see how Phil Hughes goes against the Sri Lankan bowling. The news here is that Mitchell Johnson has been left out of the Australian team, and Taranga Pranutana for Sri Lanka is out of the team. The other news that I have for you here is Faf du Plessis is the new captain of the for the T20 matches. In fact, he has been told to lead the side in the T20s against New Zealand. And then the other, there is one omission. Imran Tahir has been dropped from the Test squad, which has been named for the series between South Africa and New Zealand. And other than that, the other news just coming out here, this is coming from Pakistan, that Inzamam will have the former player has been made the Pakistani batting coach. That's it from me, your host Ram. As far as this cricket happening show is concerned, I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.